everyone. Welcome to my very first podcast. For years, my understanding on fitness and health shaped by many external voices. What I saw online, what I read in magazines, and many must and shoulds. I thought everything is about how I look, the number on the scale, and a certain dress number. And that's when I met her, one of my amazing pageant mentors who shifted my focus from being aesthetic to the real power. I was thinking about outcome, but not on the foundation. But here's where everything changed. She made me think deeper. She made me shift my focus from punishment to nourishment, from short-term goals to the lifelong journey. And if you're a woman going through the same confusion of your health journey and you're listening to this conversation is for you. Please join me in welcoming the multi-award winner, my guru, my dearest friend, my mentor, the phenomenal Prapti Dutt. Welcome, Prapti. Welcome.
Most welcome to you for having me today. Hi everybody, this is Prapti Dutt. I'm the founder of Keep Well Mantras and Astro Soul Healing. I help women, men of all age group transform themselves inside out. I'm a qualified fitness trainer and a nutritionist and a shadow worker. I just not transform what you look at, but I transform how you feel in every day-to-day life. How you treat yourself is how every part of your world treats you. So if you ever want to change, you have to change how you look at yourself. So if you ever require any sort of healing, be it a physical healing or a transformation that comes within your inner core, your soul, you're most welcome to reach out to me. I've helped transform many women and men across the globe. I'm always here to help, and I really want you to become the best version of yourself, the highest potential that you already have by just healing those little tiny subconscious emotional blocks that you still carry in your brain. You can change, and I would love to help you in that. So this is something that I have wanted to do for such a long time with you. Not just because it's something that needs to go out to people, what we are going to cover today, but most importantly, this girl has so much talent. She doesn't know. She has so much talent that this needs to, I'm privileged to be the first one for you. But this needs to go places, and this will go places. And that said, that not just me, people know how talented Suchi is. So I'm honored to be here and look forward to answering all your questions about fitness. Although fitness is just a tiny bit of what people should focus on, because fitness in way of bodily fitness is literally this much. What matters is your overall confidence, how you carry yourself, your self-discovery, your emotional health, how you present yourself, and how you bring your authentic version out. You know, how you are is how you create. So that's what we're going to cover today. So let's get started, Suchi. Bring on your questions.
See, that is Prapti. Look at her. So, yes. So, you know how much, mind blockers I was carrying. So, the very first conversation we had, it was totally like, lot of misconceptions, lot of blockers, and more than like seeing you as just like a fitness trainer or a nutritionist, I literally saw an aura in you. The very first meeting on the Zoom call as part of our pageant training, I found those vibes, and the way you portrayed yourself, your journey is very inspiring. And not just that, I met many amazing women, but, you connect only with few people.
Yeah.
And I think you are just like one or two among them. So, and I'm very happy to have you, coming to my life, because that literally made a very big shift. Not just in terms of, how I'm looking now, how toned, but in terms of mindset.
Yes.
The blockers,
yes.
And the discipline, the consistency, and you
yes.
nurture that in every single woman coming to you, and
yes.
that is what I like about her.
Exactly. And I think that's, again, I would say it's a blessing because one, I don't see women as women. And that is one mental block many women have because they, after a point in age, after a point after having babies, or even with the societal belief systems people have about women and them perceiving their dreams, I feel it is a blessing to treat them as souls than humans because every soul is on its own journey. And when we recognize that irrespective of how we look, what we are here to do something. You will forget that a woman needs to do XYZ, a man needs to do XYZ, because you are here to do what you desire, what you are passionate about. True. You need to overcome anything that a society believes you are. Absolutely. You need to discover a self that is not masked by anybody's point of view, anybody's judgment, anybody's thought imposed on you.
Absolutely.
You are you. And the day you discover that, you forget you're a woman, you forget you're a mummy, you forget you are a job, you are on a job or you are doing whatever. You just follow your soul's journey. And that's when the life begins.
And that's where you will see yourself in the most authentic form.
Exactly.
And you will love it.
And your soul is not here to put you in a box. It's here for you to create. You are a creator. Your mind is a crystal ball. So if you believe in creating something, you actually end up creating it. You know, you create your life. You are living a life you are creating. So every moment you have a decision to either live in others' creation or create your own life.
Yes.
And it's all about manifestation. People say manifestations. But everybody has all the rights to create any manifestation. This comes back from all back. If you go to our Indian mythology, you go to our Indian belief system, it all goes back to all that heritage of India. There was everything back then. And suddenly we are believing in, I'm not being racist, but putting people in religious blocks.
I know.
Putting things in society blocks of yes and no on duality basis.
Yes.
But it all began when our heritage respected women so much.
100%.
And if you go back to Indian heritage, woman god, woman goddess. I mean, everything begins from the woman goddess, our Durga Ma. If you know
and
this.
Of course, everyone, they need to understand that they are living in women's world.
Absolutely, they're living in women's world because women actually have the genetics. They are the creators. So I'm not being biased, but like I said, we are physically women, but emotionally, mentally, we are a soul. We are just in a human incarnation. It doesn't matter what existence we have. Our duty, our job is to make our most authentic self come out. It doesn't matter what human incarnation you are in.
Absolutely. So on that point, so that's one of the key, things what I hear usually from the people I meet, like decline journey. So once we hit 35s or 40s, the common conception is my metabolism has gone. So there's no point of, how much hard work you do, whatever you do, that tummy fat will not go.
Yeah.
My weight is not going to come down. So why should I even, go that extra mile? So is that a biological fact that women decline after a certain age? Or is it a myth?
It's absolutely a myth. It is absolutely a myth. Like I said, you can create. You don't stop believing in what people say for a second. And just think on your own thought process and think, can you create? The more you try to create, the more you stop believing in what exists. Because there is no past. If you believe in spiritualism, especially, if you are spiritual, you would know that there is no past. There is no future. It's only present. Whatever you believe in, you are actually already creating it. And every time you half-baked information that you get from people about women restricting themselves because of their belly fat and everything, you are again drowning into believing, you're again sinking into the belief system that doesn't apply. The moment you realize I am as good as kid doing fitness, you will start believing it, and the next thing you will feel is you have a fitness, you have the metabolism of a kid. It's all about you imagining, thinking, and creating. Nothing can change unless you do.
And the impact they create, like, even you go with an open mindset, when you keep hearing these things, maybe this is a fact. Okay. So that impact will, it spreads like a pandemic.
Exactly. And it's not, see, end of the day, if you're not achieving what you want, you don't want it enough. Let's put it this way. You don't want it enough.
Yes.
Because you are doing something believing, I might do it, but I don't think I'm going to achieve it. Then you won't. Because people who believe they can, people who don't believe they don't, they are right. Because end of the day, it's your belief system. If you think you can compete any male person, being a woman, you can compete a male person, you can. And there are so many good examples out there. Not just physically. In every stream, every area of work, you would notice that there is nothing about woman being a woman at all. Then why do you think fitness would be? Why do you think fitness is something that should be something, women's fitness is nothing different from a man's fitness. I don't believe in it.
True. And, I'm seeing so many amazing women, like, I've met during my pageant journey and also on the online, on Instagram. I'm seeing like, they are like, they're portraying themselves, okay, I'm above 40, 45 and even 50.
Yeah.
And they are super beautiful, super powerful.
Exactly.
And why can't we take them as examples?
Of course, I think it's totally up to you. What is reflecting to you in your life is whatever comes to your consciousness, whatever you see, imagine, or you are coinciding with, or any interaction in your life, any visibility in your life, with these eyes, with these ears, and with this feeling and this emotion, is purely to either trigger you, or to change you, or to make you what you are eventually going to become. So your higher self is telling you, I'm giving you all these triggers. What are you going to do with it? You're going to go sink back into your vibration where you feel, I can't do it. Or you change and rise up and believe, okay, this has been triggering to me. I love how she looks. Oh my God, she's 50, I'm 40. How can I be like her? Oh, forget it, I'm not going to watch her. This is a trigger to you. You don't realize it. You are being triggered by somebody's success. Why? Because you need to be there as well. So if you don't pick up the triggers in a positive way, you'll stay where you are.
And that's where the mindset blockers are coming.
Exactly, your subconscious. Subconscious is all about your own belief system. If you are, there is no past. There is no existence of any past. You cannot go back into your past. Whatever you are creating right now is present. So how can you believe in a fact which is driven by society and not visible to you? How can you do it? There's no possibility.
Absolutely. Can't agree more.
Exactly. So what is stopping you?
It's very important to know your journey, because I know you, but it is important for every amazing woman out there listening to our podcast. They need to know your journey. And what is the biggest mindset blocker do you think we need to discuss today?
Sure. I think my journey is an interesting one for quite a few people, because my transformation is just not about fitness, because fitness is one of them. How it all started was, I've been in fitness on and off throughout my journey. But when my second son was born, that's when I realized that I was losing myself more mentally than physically. Of course, I had gained a lot of weight, and it's very common to have postnatal depression for women. And it was just getting too overwhelming for me, because I wasn't happy with what I was doing as a job, as a profession. I wasn't feeling satisfied with my overall well-being and health. And I just thought, I'm losing myself. What is this? What am I here for? That was my questions I constantly used to ask myself. And it all led to me pushing too much, like an addiction, into fitness. I was a fitness addict. I turned out to, wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and realize, I have to do fitness. I used to not sleep until 12 because I had to do fitness. I suddenly became an addict. And it is very common for women to become an addict. They hang on to situations when they are feeling, secure. They don't feel protected. They cling on to addictions. And it's very much a shadow. And that's what I do now. I heal people's shadows. I had shadow of abandonment. I had shadow of rejection. I had shadow of self-worth. I had, you name it. And I was very insecure about my own self. and I became a fitness addict. And so much so that it was, of course, to an extent, I was harming myself because I knew the problem wasn't this. I had to then eventually move into deciding that I have to move away from what I'm doing. I have to change my life. There has to be a stop to what I'm doing. So that was the biggest decision I took then.
So is that more like you're punishing yourself? Like you're not, nurturing your soul, but you're just doing hard work.
Yes, I was trying to protect myself. I was trying to find sources to vent my emotions. And fitness comes easy. And there are many people who do that. Everybody has different set of addictions. Fitness was mine. And you might think it is great. She is into fitness, is great, but it wasn't. I wasn't healing my underlying block of abandonment, of self-worth. So I had to take the decision. And that was the biggest transformation. I took a decision to stop what I was doing. I changed my profession. I said, I'm going to take a big risk. I'm going to move into starting my own business, leave a very well-paid job. As a qualification, I had my degrees in diploma in finance. I was a CFA, master's in finance. And then I did insurance qualification when I came to UK. I left it all purely because I thought, this is not serving me. And I'm going to give myself 1 year to whatever I can do, I'll do for myself. It's okay if I fail, but at least I tried. Right?
Wonderful.
And that 1 year, I think the first 6 to 8 to 9 months, I struggled because COVID hit. And then I was like, never mind, I'm happy. And that happiness took me 1 month every day. And remember one thing, for any addict or any person who suffers from emotional health, it's always 1 day at a time. Every day is consciously led and consciously lived. You cannot just let yourself loose if you're trying to come out of your addiction. When I changed my insecurities into serving the community, my life changed. I transmuted shadows into helping others. I found my soul's purpose, and that totally transformed my life. Biggest mindset block most women have, and even I had, was what if we fail, or we are rejected, or we are not successful for what we are doing? What will happen? How we will be judged, Women as a feminine would always worry about how people and how their society views them, because they are always judged for being a mom. They're always judged for being a home carer, and always judged to, have that nurturing to the family they have. Okay? We cannot just get away from it. And in between that, you're finding so much time for yourself. People think you're selfish. People think he just doesn't have time for anybody. All she thinks is about herself. She's self-obsessed, And that actually leads to women losing their own confidence, of believing in their own passion. And that was the biggest mindset block that I had to overcome by not stopping to listen to people, closing my eyes, closing my ears. But the biggest thing I did, I told myself that one day I'm going to create and clone many women like me. There'll be many, many women who will talk my language, because I know what I'm doing is right. So I had confidence, I had madness to prove that no, women should take lead for themselves.
I'm so proud of you about that. And I can't forget, one word, what I remember from the training, do what you like. What worst could happen?
Exactly.
You made that statement. And
exactly.
That literally gave me so much boosting. Okay, what worst could happen?
What worst can happen?
People laugh at you?
Yes. Let it
Who
go.
cares? And, even when you're successful, they ask you questions like, oh, now you're getting so busy. So what about your family time?
Yeah.
Are you not losing? They have questions for everything. So
exactly.
Why should you even take that as your blocker? Why should you even think about it? And that one word, what worst could happen? And you asked everyone during the training. And after the training also, I went back and you've given some exercises that, think about these and what worst could happen.
Every single thing.
Fear.
Yes.
And that really helped.
Yes.
Really helped.
I think your fears are very self-created. If you actually imagine, like I said, what worst can happen, let that worst happen. It only takes your fear away. It's a very simple thing. The more you fall, the less fear you have from the fall. And it is okay if you fall, because ultimately, it's better not trying, better than falling than not trying. So might as well try and fall. And it's in my own experience. Not that I haven't had falls. I had major setbacks. I struggled financially, emotionally, everywhere I struggled. But I think what kept me going was, what worse can happen? I'll still survive. I'll still be around tomorrow.
Wonderful. So, Prapti, how can we shift seeing exercise as a gift rather than a punishment? Because often we lack that consistency and discipline because there won't be any motivation. So, how can we come out of that?
See, physical exercise has become more of a chore for people because it is not embedded in our lifestyle. And often we find anything that is out of our normal day-to-day lifestyle, we consider it an add-on job. We forget that the most important thing for you right now is to take care of your own body, because unless you are physically fit, you will find it very hard to focus and be mentally fit. Again and again told the importance of consistency in anything they do. Discipline not just makes you strong, but it makes you very creative as well. You have that power to make things happen. The more physically fit you are, the more mentally active you will be. And if you connect the two dots, you will observe it. And maybe you should go back to the time when you were physically fit. Were you happy? Were you always lively? Were you energetic? Did you do your job quickly? Or did you actually find yourself lethargic? Even your emotions are much better the days you are doing your training. Then why do you stop? Now, the best trick to do is, and I apply it with my clients all the time, you have to tell yourself, just like I'm eating food, what food did I give to my muscles? Just like I'm giving food to my hunger, every day I wake up, I want my chai, I want my tea, I want my coffee, whatever. Why are you not giving anything to your muscle? And the muscle requires just one food, and that's movement. So if you're not giving your body movement, why are you giving yourself the food, which in reality is a supplement? So connect the two dots and always relate it together. Have I done my fitness? Doesn't matter, it has to be intense. Did I move my body today? Yes, I did. Yes, I can have the supplement of food. Connect these two together. This is the basic and the most easiest way to be committed to your own body's health. And it's not just about you going for long runs, finding so much time. Anything from 20 to 30 minutes every day can do wonders for you. It's the consistency and your discipline that matters.
And I think it's also about the habits coming over the years. So, for example, I'll take my example. My addiction was my morning first cup of coffee. Non-negotiable, milk, sugar, and coffee. And it's so difficult for me to come out of that habit. And sometimes the lifestyle as well, we all work, we'll come back home and, something readily available, just grab and eat because you're starving after long travel, working and all that. So I think, again, as you said, we need to understand the logic before you actually nourish yourself.
Yeah, food is very comforting. Food is a comfort. It becomes a luxury eventually, and you want to treat yourself with food. And it is also one of the shadows, actually. So if you go back thinking that when you do emotional eating, what are you doing? You are giving yourself that prize of well done for working so hard. It's not really needed. Your body is not looking for that. Your body is looking for rest and comfort. There are many ways to do it, except food. So you are attaching food to it. Maybe because when you grew up, you did a good thing. Your mom or dad gave you a chocolate. It's very common.
Yes.
And that memory, that subconscious setting stays. You probably do that with your own kid. So what do you need to do now differently? You need to give yourself rest, give yourself sleep, give yourself music, give yourself other things that are more comforting, and take away the habit of eating. Instead of finding that chocolate bar, find that 2 minutes of meditation. That will serve better purpose and give you better results than food.
Totally agree. And I actually practice this because I won't tell that I'm always a junk, eating so many things, but my problem was very different. My problem was, I have guilt of eating. So if I eat something, I will punish myself, starve for next 2-3 days, and and then I get mentally so low, like, why should I eat? Why should I eat this? I can't eat this.
Hmm.
I can't. So that emotional restlessness used to kill me.
Yes. And you should do, it's a very simple exercise for you to remember that, every time you are going to eat something, okay, clock it. Do a stopwatch on your phone and say put it as a 2-minute stopwatch. You are tempted to eat and go grab a chocolate, right? So that stopwatch 2 minutes, you sit down and reparent yourself. Imagine yourself 2 different people and ask yourself, are you actually looking for that chocolate or are you actually looking for something else? Is your emotions going high because you want a chocolate, or your emotions are going high because you're not addressing the real problem? That 2 minutes of discussion and reparenting yourself will actually make you understand that it wasn't the chocolate that you needed. You probably just needed water. You probably just needed to think about what you need to do. You probably just need to write your emotion. You need to journal it. That was what you needed, not chocolate.
But that point is actually right. Most of the times we just need water.
We need water.
But we end up, soft drinks.
Exactly.
Juice.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Yes.
But that's a very good point.
Yeah, you should try it. You try ways. Whatever works for you, try. I do it all the time. There's one more trick I can give you and it works wonders. Actually, I can give you 2 tricks. Yeah, I'm full of tricks. I'm full of tricks. I mean, that's how people are actually controlling their own, balancing their acts and their habits. When you're finishing your food, okay, always keep a portion away in your food. So in your plate of, say, this much of rice you have, cut that 1/3 portion of rice in the corner. And once you have finished that 2/3 portion of your plate, stop, get up and go around a little bit. Just stop there, go around, come back after 5 minutes. If you feel still desiring to eat that 1/3 portion, you eat it. But most of the cases, you will not.
Yes.
So always try to address your needs by your actions, which are more conscious. Then you will stop, and that 1/3 portion can become 2/3 if you're going into diet and everything. The other trick, every time you are wanting to eat something sweet, give yourself literally the opposite, sourness. If you are desiring a chocolate, lick a lemon. Whatever you are looking for, give it exactly the opposite emotion, and you will be surprised what you do.
I love this.
Tell me that.
You have
to tell me what you do next. Every time you feel like eating a sweet or an Indian mithai, go lick a lemon and then tell me what you want. You still want the mithai or not?
Just the lemon, not lemon pickle, okay?
Exactly, lemon. Or do something literally the opposite. You feel like drinking that Sprite or any aerated drink? Go get yourself hot water. Opposite. Literally the opposite. Push yourself and get literally the opposite of what you wanted and change the body psychology. It will take you at least 1 month to something, say 2 months at max. You will be quitting a lot of your addictions.
That's very helpful. Thank you. Many times we hear that, when you're eating healthy, carbs are your enemy. There's no for carbs. And similar thing for sugars, no carbs. Is that again a myth, or sometimes you can go easy on them?
Okay, with carbohydrates, there are 2 types of carbohydrates which I view in the lens of fitness. One carbohydrate comes in a portion of the family of grains, and the other carbohydrate comes from, except grains, the family of like vegetables, the carbohydrates you get from fruits, anything that is non-grain carbohydrate. Yes, it matters because carbohydrates from grain family can give you letharginess, it can give you inflammation, and it can pile up weight if you do excess, because the body not always demands the grain carbohydrate. However, the carbohydrate coming from natural sources, which can be fruits, vegetables, these sources your body will adapt and accept very easily. Now goes down to any carbohydrate gets processed before coming to your plate, like any kind of processed food is again in the category of grain carbohydrate. So look at carbohydrates in 2 categories, okay? Any process. Now you go back to thinking of sugar. What is sugar? Which category is it? It is processed. So it goes into the category of grain carbohydrates, okay? What it does? Yes, it will give you a spike in energy. It will make you more alert. But in longer run, it will make you lethargic because your body then demands it more and more. It's more addicted. You get addicted to it. So these type of carbohydrates make you demand the same carbohydrate again and again. okay? Because these are very good energy sources. However, any non-grain carbohydrates will not do the same, okay? Rather, they are a healthier version of it. So if you go back thinking, in one day, in these two categories, what did I divide my carbohydrate on? This is my way of looking at it. Everybody has different philosophy. I will always categorize two types of carbohydrates. And yes, for some people, anything that comes under the grain category is not good. So you can try removing them and adjusting them, or asking yourself, do I deserve it? Because end of the day, you are probably not that active. You're just piling up. So it's not good for you. So you have to take a choice. But your plate can have proteins. They can have the good fat. You can fill up your plate with lots of fiber. So it's not that you will be going hungry if you are not eating the grain, say the category of grain carbohydrates. So what you need to do is, especially with this category of grain carbohydrate, be very, very careful and conclude how much you're going to have them. Okay? Just don't have them because it is a way of plating yourself. Decide, do you deserve them or not? So yes, this is important for you to know.
And as per what I read online, and I know about all my friends, they say like avoid carbs during the night.
Yeah.
Is that right? Like absolutely no, or portion control is okay?
Again, how active you are. Carbohydrates are energy sources. So
Yeah.
if you're active, it makes a huge difference. But again, I will always say categorize them on grain and non-grain sources. Again, processed food comes under the grain sources. So anything there will not really give you the energy required at the night. You don't need that source.
Yeah.
Why are you piling up?
And a lot of people will also, like I heard that they give bloating.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
It is a fact. They do. And it is true that people see your body is yours. You are the best observer and you can know what is giving you bloating. Then why are you eating it if it is bothering you? Is my question back to you. If your body is telling you to don't do it and you still do it, it's your decision after all, right?
Yeah, absolutely agree. And also on the, the trending, one of the trending terms, intermittent fasting.
Yes, I know this one.
So is that really helpful? Because I know, because I was on IF for more than a year.
Yes.
I used to finish everything before
I remember
6 o'clock.
I changed it for you.
Yes.
I changed it for you.
Yeah.
Yes. No, IF is excellent. I will not say it's good or bad again. Intermittent fasting is very much a lifestyle. But yes, people who struggle to control their habit of eating, it's great exercise to do. Start controlling your habit of eating at the wrong timings. Like going and eating at 11, 12 a.m. at night would be a bigger problem. Okay, so it does help you there. But again, I would say it's not something that is going to give you a guarantee of weight loss. Even if it gives you, it could be probably a temporary fix.
Yes.
Body will adapt eventually.
Yeah, because as I mentioned, in case if I'm late from the work and I couldn't eat before 6 o'clock, literally I used to
starve. Yeah, you will
starve.
And then you will have this mind block. Again, you'll start thinking, oh, because I ate it wrong, it's gonna ruin my diet. You're creating rules for yourself which are not required. Your body is not creating it for you. Your mind is. So that's where you have to differentiate that. Who told me this? Nobody is telling you anything. You are creating it for yourself.
I totally agree, and that's what I've recently told many of my friends that for the very first time in my life, I'm eating full.
You're eating full.
But the difference is the diet what you gave me is now my plate is full of vegetables, salads, protein, very less carbs, not more than like 100 or 120 grams of carbs. But it is keeping me full.
You see, the energy levels are better when you stop eating the grain sources. And this is something people need to understand. That's what I use for clients. It's literally my secret sauce for people. That you need to categorize your carbohydrates. Your body doesn't need the grain one. So what we did to you?
Yeah.
We added the non-grain one, right? So that's the change you see. That's the change because your energy now feels light.
And more than anything, I'm not feeling guilty.
Yes.
And I'm full. Otherwise, like I used to starve and over the night and I wake up in the morning.
Yes.
What's the point?
Yes. But I will also say something. You are not giving regard and credit to how good you do your fitness. No, you cannot underestimate the act of training your core muscles. And this is a game changer when it comes to women. because we realize that, yeah, we are eating less, yes, we are losing weight, but this girl works so hard. I mean, I see you sweating and dripping. Don't underestimate how much calorie burn you are getting. And it's accumulating over the days. Your muscle mass increasing, giving you higher metabolism, giving you higher BMI, higher metabolic rate, and also giving you increased amount of calories that your body needs to maintain for you. So, end of the day, what are you doing? You're creating deficits anyway,
Yes.
by not eating less.
Yes.
Because you are not increasing by your burning out, your energy output goes up, your energy intake might be here, but you are creating the deficit by the output, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is a deficit itself.
That's a wonderful explanation. And
yeah,
you know,
I should.
And as you said, you see me dripping during our workout sessions, but I'm honest with you that even before I used to do a lot of yoga, Surya Namaskara, all different online watching YouTube videos, but honestly, I never dripped like that much.
Yes.
And usually when you do cardio, anyone will get sweating, but without doing cardio, sweating, that is where real burn is coming.
Exactly.
And that I felt with your training.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes.
So what is that magic?
Yes, that's the thing, really. She is so right. When she did the first training with me, I remember our first PT. She used to tell, I'm doing fitness, I'm doing a lot. And the day we did the training, and I realized she was doing everything fine, but her core wasn't fit. Her core fitness is what I have done all throughout her journey right now. And when you train your core, you drip buckets. My training is so focused on your core that whoever you bring to me saying, I don't sweat, that person sweats. Because it is the real burn that your core generates, the fire in you. And that's when you realize everything gets better. Your fitness gets better, your energy level gets better, you still drip a lot. Without cardio, you drip a lot. And that's the beauty. Well, I do say that sometimes women should one day or the other realize this, that it's not about their shoulders and their leg muscles, it's their core muscles they will thank themselves for. When they age, it's the core muscles that will support them, and not always their biceps and their, leg work and all that. You keep doing all that in gym, but if you're not training your core, you're missing the point.
I think that's where we need to focus, and we need to understand that core, because everything, see, the term itself is core.
Yes.
And I have some friends, they go to gym every day.
Yeah.
They do a lot of physical exercise. They're always active. However, they come back and they say, I'm not losing my
belly fat.
Yes. And it's not toned. What should I do? Because they are getting so leaner on the lower body, leaner on the upper body.
But they will have the tummy.
But they'll have tummy.
The best. Yeah.
So what is the best suggestion?
I think they need to join my classes. That's all I can say, because there is no one exercise that I do for your core. I do so many of them. You know my classes, how they are. There are multiple group workouts. There are multiple muscle group workouts. Your core is, of course, the one that gets trained the most. But the way I train it is you literally leave no muscle in your body. And the people who say they go to the gym and they are not losing the belly fat, there are two reasons. They are not training the right muscle group. Okay? They're probably doing very vanilla exercises. Thirdly, they're not challenging themselves. People come to me saying, oh, do deadlifts of that many counts. And when they do my lower body classes, they struggle to even complete a class. Because that's the difference in my classes. You are not challenging yourself. And I am proudly saying it. My classes are extremely tough. But end of the day, the results is here. The results show you the uniqueness and the impact these workouts create.
I totally agree on that, because her workouts are not, they're very unique. Every single day, I think we do a new set of workouts. So it's not like monotonous or and this, or because after a few days you do a certain workout, it gets so
boring.
easy.
It gets so boring.
And also boring. But your workouts are so unique. It keeps me, when you feel it tough,
yes,
then only you'll get that burn.
Absolutely. Your body loves surprises.
Yeah, so I always think like that. It shouldn't be easy. Yes. If it is easy,
anybody can do it.
Yeah, anybody can do it. Absolutely agree.
Yes, true.
So women, you need to know what muscle group you need to work on. So that's where the magic is.
Yeah,
I understand properly.
Exactly. I think the magic is simple. You need to join my classes.
Yes.
There's
sure.
only one magic, that you need to start training. And the moment you start my classes, you will know why you are not getting results. I think you need to experience it than us telling you this.
Absolutely. Why do so many women, they feel spending money on personal trainer is a luxury? It's kind of like, oh God, it's an investment. Whereas they're happy to throw money on gym, parties, holidays,
Yes.
online shopping. So why is that like mindset again? I think it's a kind of like a blocker.
It might trigger many people here, and it's a fact that the people who invest in things that are outside their health are dealing with a lot of emotional issues, including self-abandonment, lack of self-worth, and being unauthentic. People might hate me right now having to say this, but you need to dig into the fact that you yourself know what are you investing in. If you are investing in things that are very social, you are doing it for publicity, you are doing it to look and pretend a luxury lifestyle, or you are actually doing it for your own happiness. Given how things are going in social media, everything happening right now is to show what you're doing. Is not to actually be happy in what you are. People who pretend and spend money on things which are very societal are actually losing out on a great amount of their own mental fitness. The moment you realize your body is the only area of your investment, be it your time, money, and energy, you will realize that this was all it has to be. You are here only to take care of you, and you really don't have to care what others believe you are. The day you become authentic and the day you start living yourself, the life of your choice, you will see the value of keeping this body as a temple. You will devote yourself fully instead of devoting your time, energy in people, in society, pretending to be what you are not. The day you realize it, your sudden epiphany and the moment of that light bulb moment you'll get is, what have I done to myself? And that needs to happen. If I'm triggering anybody, I'm more than happy about it.
I think you all need to join her shadow healing first to remove these blockers, and then I think you yourself will realize how important for everyone to have that personal training, because everyone is different. Every single woman is different. So let's not go with what others are doing, what is in like generic training, because as she mentioned that if you want the results inside out, then I think the combination of shadow healing, top of it, taking the fitness, personal training is very, very
important. And this is a block I have healed in myself. Any block I talked about today, I had them too. I've gone through it. I have had clothes in my closet which I never wore. I just kept it because I thought that I have to go to parties and be social and I have to wear a different dress every time, because what will my image be? The day I healed that shadow of mine, I believe I stopped spending on Black Friday deals, stopped spending on jewelries, and stopped spending on anything. I spent my energy, time, and money in building this body and healing myself. Instead of having to bother how I'm looking, I bother how I'm feeling.
And I think on that, I've seen your recent video, YouTube shorts, when you are fit in your body, even the 6 pounds dress
was
so expensive.
Exactly. It's a confidence.
I love that.
I love that. Yes, it's gonna. So you feel like $1 million body after all.
Of course.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You have the personality and confidence to pull it off anyway.
Absolutely. I think in the era of social media and a lot of influencers posting, and we don't know whether they are real or fake. However, the impact what people are getting is, this is the standard way of the perfect body, that tiny waist, that hot body, but what is it exactly? How can we help? Like, what is a fit body, a beautiful body for you, rather than going and checking on Instagram and all, this is the perfect body? And because this is getting so many triggers, that's the major problem today.
Triggers. If you're waking up in the morning with body pains, if you're sleeping at night crying over things, you are definitely not fit. Because both things matters. Both of them matter. Your fitness is not how you look. Your fitness is living inside a body in which you are free, you are painless, and you're not feeling emotionally overwhelmed, and you're not crying over your existence. You should feel proud by the end of the day. You should be looking forward to in the morning. So fitness is beyond your physical outlook. It's always been beyond your physical outlook. If you are looking at the influencers and thinking they have a happy life, it's not the case. They struggle in their own terms. Everybody struggles. You discover your own self. Your own happiness is that belongs to you. Your own happiness is what you create. So you don't have to look like somebody, because you already are very unique in however you look. Just aim for a body that doesn't give you pain, which makes you feel confident and which makes you feel free, and aim for a mental fitness that lets you smile irrespective of all that adversity or any struggle you ever have in your life. You are perfectly fit and healthy in that case.
I think it's also the self-acceptance.
Yes.
I think we should less worry about how others are looking and how I can look like them. It's not about that. So I think it is more of how good you are from inside, how confident you are from inside. And that will give you that self-acceptance.
Yes.
And once you accept yourself,
yes,
you will focus on your own good.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is what I feel is lacking these days. It's all about comparisons, she's doing that, she's doing that. So I think that is the biggest mindset shift.
Yes, and I think it comes with a lot of healing. It is very natural for you to get triggered by somebody's success. Competition is so triggering, and it is perfectly okay if that triggers you, because there is a block that you need to heal. Any triggers that happen to you are purely because you need to ascend and you need to change and you need to advance your emotional quotient more than intelligent quotient, because that's where you lead your life from. So it's totally okay for people to feel the competition, because unless that happens, they will get too carefree. So you need to accept wherever you are at the moment, only then to accept what you need to change. Unless you change, you will stay where you are. So be triggered. You hate me, you can love me later, but hate me now, saying this, that be triggered. Make a list of your triggers. Every day, make a point to list down 10 triggers of your life. What triggers you? This influencer looking good. This person eating whatever he wants. This person not taking care of me. Make a list of triggers. The day that list becomes to 2 or 1, you will be very proud. In fact, you won't be bothered at all. So that's what healing does. It deletes those old-fashioned belief systems that you have always carried in your mind. So change that. Get triggered. Simple as that.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming today, and we had very good conversation, and it is so useful and helpful, because I think we have covered a lot of areas where today's women who are getting most of the triggers and what they are suffering in their own fitness or health journey. And it's really important that we have to understand what we are going through in the life before even we get motivated by all the fancy trending diets and all the fitness trends. Before even we try, I think this is very important for us to understand what we need from inside.
Exactly. And to add to what Suchi is saying, to conclude it, we are all very much impressed nowadays given the AI technologies, right? If you believe me, life is an AI already. It's a simulation. You are creating whatever avatars you want of yourself. So when you think of being somebody, not being what you are to start with, you are simulating your life. You are creating a life you are living in. You have all the rights to do it. You need to believe in it and create that simulation. Just like AI can create anything for you, you are yourself that creator who can create any kind of simulation that you call life. Do not stop believing in your passions. Even if you get triggered, welcome it, accept it, and make a point to embody it and change yourself, because the change starts from you. Thanks to you, there'll be so many women or men changing because of you. You are the driver, you are the creator. Always remember that.
That is all it for today. And thank you so much for watching. And if you feel like this is so relatable and this is your journey and you want to start your own shadow healings and your own definition of fitness, feel free to connect with Prapti Dutt and Keep Well Mantras. I will provide all the details under the description. Thanks for watching.